Okay, so this is my cousin Heather.
Hello.
She's 19. This is Lexi's older sister, and she's gonna just tell us a little bit about her little sister Lex.
So, how did you feel when you first found out about Lexi's diagnosis?
I was only 5, so it was just something that no one's ever seen before, and I guess I was just confused, and my family was confused because whenever she was born, no one in Plano at the hospital knew what was wrong with her, so they had to take her to a hospital in Dallas, and I remember driving in the car, and my parents were like freaking out, and we didn't know what was going to happen.
Ichthyosis is a family of 28 different genetic skin disorders that have been passed down from one family member to the other.
All types of ichthyosis consists of super dry, flaky, thickened, and scaly skin. In most types, you can also see skin that looks as if it has cracks in it.
In some cases, the skin of a person with ichthyosis can look like the scales of a fish. This is because the skin is so tight that when it gets dry enough, it can crack, resulting in little plates of skin that resemble the scales of a fish.
This makes sense though, because the ancient Greek word for fish is ichthyos, and the medical definition for the second part of the word, osis, which means affected with, condition, abnormal process, and disease.
So if you put the two suffixes together, it means fish disease.
So Lindsay, why did you want to bring awareness to ichthyosis?
Well, overall, my little cousin Alexis, we call her Lexi, she has ichthyosis. She's 14 years old. And honestly, no one really knew about it. And that's why it interests me, because someone in my family has it. Not only does she have ichthyosis, she's also autistic, severely autistic. But mainly just no one knew about it, and I just wanted to educate people so they would know what's wrong with my little cousin. There are many different types of ichthyosis ranging in severity. The most severe cases of ichthyosis is harlequin-type ichthyosis. It is categorized by the thickening of the keratin layer of the fetal human skin. Usually people diagnosed with harlequin-type ichthyosis have very large diamond-shaped patches that tend to have a dark reddish color.
The large scales on the skin can severely limit the person's ability to move around freely. Because of the large patches of skin, in areas such as the elbow and the knees do not bend as easily with large patches of skin covering them. The skin does not stretch like a normal person's skin would, allowing them to move easily. In this case, it is also very common for these people with this disease to develop infections because of this exposed skin. People with harlequin-type ichthyosis are often susceptible to hypothermia, respiratory failure, and dehydration. This is because of their armor-like skin. It prevents normal heat loss, causing hyperthermia. Their breathing is affected because the skin does not stretch, so it impedes on the chest wall, causing hyperventilation and respiratory failure.
Harlequin people are often dehydrated because of their plated skin is not made to be able to keep water in. Harlequin-type ichthyosis can be very frightening in appearance and can often scare little kids and sometimes adults because we aren't used to seeing someone who looks like that. It's unusual for us, so we can't help but stare and question them. This is my little sister Lexi. She was diagnosed with
Ichthyosis when she was a baby. She was born in Plano, but the doctors didn't know what was wrong with her, so they had to care flight her to Dallas, and that's where they diagnosed her. A few years later, she was diagnosed with autism. She can't talk, and she has to live with both of these things for the rest of her life. The ichthyosis part of it, she has to constantly lotion herself, but since she has autism, other people have to do it for her. Her eyes don't close, as you can tell in the pictures, so she has to have eye drops put into her eyes. It's constantly an everyday thing that she's going to have to live through for the rest of her life, and it's really hard for us and everyone around her, and people, it's hard when people stare, but we love her, and
picture Lexi's life in the future, like when she grows up? What do you think it's going to be like? Have you ever thought about it?
I don't like to think about it because it's really sad, like, especially since she has autism too. She's never going to get married. She's never going to have kids. And I don't even know if she'll ever be able to live on her own. And with the ichthyosis, even if she didn't have autism, just with how everything is, it's so about appearance that it takes someone like really amazing to love someone that has ichthyosis, because your automatic reaction is like.
Okay, so my thoughts about ichthyosis and bringing awareness to it is that
knowing Lexi before this documentary had started, I knew she was severely autistic, but I had no idea what kind of skin disease she had.
technically I've always had awareness about it, but what I like about the opportunity that this project brought to me and Jackie, it gave us the opportunity, especially me, to give the opportunity to educate other people. Because like I said, a lot of people don't know what it is. They don't know why my little cousin looks like that.
I never really ask any questions because I feel like I feel like socially awkward to ask those kind of questions, like they're inappropriate, but actually learning about the kind of skin disease that she has and how rare and severe it is, it really put things in perspective.
It's impacted my life by giving me a totally different outlook on people and their diseases and their deformities and whatever else. I don't look at people the same.
My life and how lucky my family is and how lucky Lindsay and Lexi is to be born into such a great family that cares about her the way that they do.
It's also given me a love for autistic kids and just working with them.
I've always had a soft spot for special needs and everything to do with that. So whenever Lindsay and I were talking about what kind of project we wanted to do and what our documentary to be about, I thought that this would be a perfect way to hit close to home for Lindsay and also teach me something new that I had never known about before.
But yeah, ichthyosis is a really sad disease to have. It sucks.
This has really helped me in a sense of knowing how to ask questions and learn more about things that I've never known about and not be scared or judgmental towards people who are different than I am or different than me and Lindsay are.
Hi!